Hello, everyone. It's Mark Gilliard again, and I want to welcome you to your new favorite song here on AIM Country Music Television. My guest today, straight out of Rockport, Texas, is America Allen. She comes from a musical family. Her granddad was half of the Grammy-nominated duo, the Whitstein Brothers, and she started singing in public when she was just 6 years old, singing at her uncle's church, New Beginnings, in her hometown. America became the opening act for a Texas country favorite, Jack Ingram, and then went on to participate in the Taking Texas and Oklahoma to Our Injured Troops benefit to help our soldiers recover from their traumas. She writes songs that tell a story, and she sings them with a voice that feels every word. It's a compelling combo that demands your full attention. America is here today to talk about one of her new releases, Skippin Rocks. So let's get her in here right now to talk about what might just be your new favorite song. Welcome to the show, America.
Hi, thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. It's really nice to meet you today.
You too. I've been
Yeah.
waiting.
Well, perfect. Well, just to go over you a little bit, you got an early start in music. You started out singing 6 years old in your uncle's church,
Yeah.
singing contests, live performances. You did that benefit, Taking Texas and Oklahoma for Injured Troops.
Oh, yes, that
I'm
campaign.
pretty sure I'm going to scramble it. So why don't you just take all the time you need and tell us the whole story? Give us a real
Yeah.
introduction to you.
Okay. Well, I was born and raised out of Rockport, South Texas, by the beach. And in between middle school and high school, I moved away to Oklahoma. But before I did that, I was singing on the praise team, just kind of helping my mom and my aunt at my uncle's church at New Beginnings there in Rockport. And I just always felt like this was going to be in my life. Not only that, but I was around a lot of family that was musically inclined, and so the dream I think came from like just a really, really young age. But then when we moved to Oklahoma, I moved with my mom and my stepdad, and my mom kind of threw me out there in front of anybody. And she saw that I was just myself. That's where I wore all my confidence and kind of felt like I knew who I was. And so she really, I mean, she got me in a lot of different casinos in Oklahoma. And then I participated in a singing contest, and that was in Lawton, Oklahoma, out right outside of a casino. And that is how I got picked up to do the Taking Texas and Oklahoma to Our Injured Troops. And so once a year, we would go to the Walter Reed Medical Center, and we'd hang up all the banners. We would pretty much kind of put on like a little concert for them and have a barbecue with them and actually get to sit down, and they learned about us, but most importantly we got to learn their stories and where they come from, and their combat stories and why they had to come home, and everyone's so different, each one was special. And I thought that was super cool. But I knew then and there like the meaning of impacting someone, you know and I was, I think, 16. And so I just knew that that's like that was going to be a huge part of my life, one way or another. Yeah.
Well, your granddad Robert was part of like a singing group with his brother, right? Is it Whitstein Brothers? Is that
Yeah. The
right?
Whitstein brothers. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and
They
and they were
recorded.
actually nominated for a Grammy Award.
Yes, they were.
That's pretty good heritage for you, isn't
A
it?
gospel album. Yes. Oh yeah, I mean, when I was a baby, I was taken to all the bluegrass festivals. Actually got to be held by Vince Gill and Allison Krauss when I was younger. So I always thought that was real cool, and I always made the joke, they sprinkled their singing dust on me, as a baby. And no, but yeah, I a lot of music in the family.
Oh yeah. What are some of your influences? I mean, obviously your granddad was a big influence, but what are some of the influences that you like? You know.
Um, I think one of the very first ones was Patty Loveless. Always loved me some Patty. And I think How Can I Help You to Say Goodbye was the first song I knew every word to at a really, really, really young age. And then after that, Sarah Evans. Sarah Evans, that she always inspired me. And then I think also just seeing her on the road with her family all the time, like I knew it was possible to have a family and live out your dream. Although it is getting harder these days, it isn't impossible. So,
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
It's like an extra job keeping the family going along with that, isn't it?
Yes. Oh, yeah. And then Miranda Lambert, Miranda Lambert, I think just made a huge stamp in not only female, but just country in general, Red Dirt. And I don't know. I mean, there's a few out there that I love.
Well, like right now, who do you listen to right now? Like running down the road and the radio blasting, who would you most likely sing along with right now?
Ella Langley. Yeah, Ella Langley, Caitlin Butts, man, Priscilla Block. There's a lot.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. That's pretty cool. Well, it looks like you've got several hot ones bubbling up the charts. The Billboard Texas Regional Record Report shows three of your songs. That Ain't Always Pretty, which got into the top 50. Fast as I Could got up to 25, and Dinner Time was at 26. So, it looks like people are taking notice. From your vantage point, what's driving it? Like, is it the live performances? Is it getting on playlists, radio play? What's getting people to play you?
Oh,
That's
man.
a hard question, isn't it?
Yeah, well, if I can say what I've heard most going in somewhere and meeting someone in person and leaving, it is authenticity. Like you can tell you come in here and you're feeling what you're saying. I don't know. I just think individuality. And I think that a lot of people today, um, it's so hard with social media not to feel like you need to compare yourself to the next one, right? And so I feel like we have created that habit. But whenever we see someone that is authentic or they're themselves, it kind of drives you to dig deeper into yourself as well. And this is just my opinion, but I think that's what drives me to my authenticity is when I see different individuals that no one's doing the same thing, you know? And most of the time, if everyone's doing it, I'm not. And I think that, I mean, really, mission accomplished then, right? Because as a songwriter, I feel like that's what's so important. And that is also what drives me is I have lived everything you hear. I've lived a lot of life in just 31 years. And so I have a lot to say. And I think as a good songwriter, I mean, you have to have these stories, right? You know, and I'm not saying anyone with an easy life can't write a good song because there's plenty out there. I just think experiences also is what drives me. So,
Yeah, I think that's like if you look at like Taylor Swift, what's really strong with her are the songs where she's talking about something she's actually experienced. It's the ones that do well and really connect with people. So I see
right,
that
yeah.
here.
You can't be afraid to get vulnerable for sure.
Exactly. Well, we're here to talk about your new release, Skippin Rocks, and that's a good example of that kind of thing. You have a lot of that feel of that song. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it before we play it?
Yeah. Well, Skippin Rocks, man, long story short, I rescued a few horses next door to this 15 acres that I bought land by, and we found there was two horses on there after months of being here. Never knew they were on there. Thought it was just brush, and one of the horses ended up dying. Had made a deal with someone for the other horse. They came out. Everything was rushed, and so the horse's femur broke, and I had to call a vet out here to put him down. But I couldn't help but feel like if everyone would just slow down, that wouldn't have happened. But then that also was going hand in hand with so many things I was experiencing in life. And I felt like a lot of those things that weren't working out were because everyone's just right here, right now, all the time. And like I said, we have created habits because everything has accelerated, right? But we do need to remember to slow down. Like it doesn't have to be like that all the time. And I just also feel like just consideration has been lost. And so I wanted to just write a song about how simple, like I remember my childhood being, or just the times, and yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm ready to play it. How about you?
Yeah, let's go.
Awesome. You're watching America Allen's video for Skippin' Rocks here on AIM Country Music Television.
on the bread heating up in the oven. Sun shining through the blinds, you can touch it. I don't know what it is, I just love it. I can fall asleep to the rain beating down on the tin roof and the rolling thunder as it moves through. Skipping rocks, throwing sticks in a bucket while crickets sing, 'cause the sunset's coming. Give me a porch swing, give me a summer breeze, a mason jar full of some sweet tea, a pair of boots, an old t-shirt, ripped up jeans, a beat up truck. Like when we were 16, the world wasn't so mean, and we didn't give a damn about anything. I don't care how fast this world is turning, I got time to hold the door open and say hi and how are you? 'Cause I bet you and me got a lot in common. We used to stay on the phone just talking, box all over town and cover a lot of ground. Skipping rocks, throwing sticks in a bucket while crickets sing, 'cause the sunset's coming. Give me a porch swing, give me a summer breeze, a mason jar full of some sweet tea, a pair of boots, an old t-shirt, ripped up jeans, a beat up truck. Like when we were 16, the world wasn't so mean, and we didn't give a damn about anything. Skipping rocks, throwing sticks in a bucket while crickets sing, 'cause the sunset's coming. Give me a porch swing, give me a summer breeze, a mason jar full of some sweet tea, a pair of boots, an old t-shirt, ripped up jeans, a beat up truck. Like when we were 16, the world wasn't so mean, and we didn't give a damn about anything.
What a great song. The lyrics really hit at the heart of what a lot of folks feel these days. That a lot of posting on social media about, how good it was in the good old days. And great job.
Right.
Great job.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah. The second verse, I mean, that's just where just getting down to just respect, and morals. And it's like, oh, a lot of that stuff is just gone. But a lot of people are hungry for that too. So I still hold the door open for everybody.
Tell us about making that video. A couple of your actors are actually your daughters, right?
Yes, yes, they are. The oldest, man, everywhere we go, they say that that is my twin. Um, and I looked just like that when I was younger. So I had her play me. And then shout out to Matt Green from Southbound Sessions. When he told her to walk and then told me to walk after that, he told me about the transition that was going to be made. I just I was like, okay, sure, we'll try this. But then when he sent me the video and I saw that, I was like, holy moly, like you did it.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, he did a
Yeah,
really great
it was
job
pretty
blending that
cool.
together.
Yeah. And so it's really funny because that making that video was just crazy. Like the behind the scenes is just crazy because my husband was at work, I had all four kids, and then one cameraman. And so like half of them were jumping off hay bales, and it was crazy. Trying to make sure everyone's out of the scene real quick. But yeah, it was a ton of fun and a really good experience that I got to do with, my own children.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's something they're gonna always remember. That's a cool one.
Yeah, they're funny.
Before I let you sneak out of here, how about telling us where to find you on stage, online, and where we can buy or listen to all of this music?
Yeah, you can find me americaallen.com and all social platforms. It's America Allen. You can find my music on iCloud, um, Apple Music. Look, I don't even know if that's the same thing. Spotify, just Google it and you'll find it. America Allen.
Yeah, yeah, you can't miss it. That pops right up.
Yes.
Well, thanks for coming on the show today, America. It's really been good getting to know you a little better.
Thank you so much, Mark.
You're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, America Allen. So what do you guys think? Is Skippin' Rocks going to be your new favorite song?
Hope so.
This has been Mark Gilead for AIM Country Music Television. Thanks for watching.
Skipping rocks, throwing sticks in a bucket while crickets sing, 'cause the sunset's coming. Give me a porch swing, give me a summer breeze, a mason jar.